Hey guys, it's Stephanie Mo Davis making a short video today. So, wanted to tell you I wrote a book if you haven't seen it on my social media. So, it's called Peer Mentor Handbook, and it's actually written by Regenerating Healthcare Technically, which is a collaboration between me and my partner, my colleague, Dr. Ruby Shah. So the title is How to Work with Patients and How to Work with Teams as a Peer Mentor. So peer mentorship has been around for a very long time. And up till more recently, it's just been something that we've done out of the goodness of our own heart, usually stemming from an experiential journey. Or maybe not even, having that experiential journey. Maybe it's just something you feel called to be support to, some sort of cause. Maybe your family or somebody you know has been through something traumatic, so you feel a pull towards helping other people go through that. For me, it was very easy to enter the world of peer mentorship because I've been through some very serious health issues, which included 2 kidney transplants over a course of many years and requiring dialysis treatments of multiple kinds. So for me, it felt natural to want to start to help people after I'd been through the process. But as I further healed out of my experience, as I started to let the experience transform and transmute into wisdom, I started to notice some things about the world of peer mentorship, and in particular, the world of CKD, which is chronic kidney disease, or any health, illness-related mentorship. And that was that we had this deep primordial calling to be of service post the experience or the trauma, but very often we hadn't left enough time to integrate the experience on multiple levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, to a degree where we could hold space for others without it re-traumatizing, or on the opposite end of the spectrum, kind of boosting this hierarchical kind of ego that we've been through it and we're great now. What I didn't see was peer mentors really coming from an integrated place of balance, where they could be of service to others in a way where they could hold their center very clearly. From the illness perspective, no matter if you're a patient, you're still a patient. So you have to take care of yourself. And very often, you're hustling, trying to figure out your life again, go back to work. Maybe you want to completely revamp your life and start a new career, and then being a peer mentor on top of it. And what I had seen was that a lot of peer mentors and a lot of advocates were actually either coming across as really righteous and like, look at how wonderful I am now, which was very unrelatable to the aggregate population of those who were ill. Or conversely, it was that they were trying to act like everything was great, but they were kind of suffering and tired and dealing with their own illness and healing and trying to enter this world of mentorship from not a very holistic, integrated place of wisdom. And it took me a long time to transmute my experience into wisdom. So hence why I wrote this little teeny tiny, beautiful handbook. Okay, so what I talk about in here is really what's required to be a peer mentor and hold your state of well-being amongst that demographic of people. And then also we touch upon how to really integrate what you do and try to hold your space of value amongst the medical teams. Okay, so one thing that I'm a huge proponent and advocate for is having somebody who has an integrated experiential journey on teams to help patients. But there's never been a very detailed, well-established protocol or program of integrating this kind of person on a healthcare setting. We typically don't have particular degrees to work in the hospital setting. We just want to be there to be of service for the patients who are coming in for the service that we have lived through, which I think is very important and it's very essential. But there has to be some structure around what the peer mentor is, what this peer mentor does, and how they interact with the patients and interact as a liaison between the teams as well. So kind of next level peer mentorship, the real deal, not just trying to talk about it and we all know that we need this and throw people into places. Something that really begins to set the groundwork and the foundations and the framework for something that can be sustainable. And hopefully, my hope is to actually begin to integrate some of these people onto our healthcare settings so we can be working together instead of doing all of this work in separate worlds, which I've also witnessed and researched creates a lot of confusion when we keep these worlds separate for support and guidance. So if you'd like, you can buy this little ditty on Amazon. You can also get it on Kindle. Again, I didn't want to have my name. I want this to be a collective of people who are working on regenerating healthcare, but the authors are myself and Dr. Ruby Shah, who's my colleague. So Amazon, it's cheap, I think it's $9. So check it out if you're interested in how to be a more efficient, grounded peer mentor and how to begin the process of implementation and communicating amongst the healthcare teams, which is something that, we don't have hired peer mentors on staff up to this point, but it's something that we've been dabbling with. We know it's very necessary. There's people working on it. But I do believe that this provides a very good basic conceptual framework as to what the peer mentor actually needs to do before they hold this position, because they need to be integrated. You can't just go through the experience and claim mastership. You have to integrate your experience, and that's something that a lot of us actually need to do with a lot of our experiences. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll be back. I plan on making some more videos, and Dr. Shah and I are going to be making a lot more videos about our projects. We have our nonprofit, Regenerating Healthcare, really cool website with a lot of really interesting evolutionary philosophical logos happening on that site. So for people who are really dedicated and devoted and interested in creating a broader picture of what healthcare is and how to implement that. And then we also have our other site, which is called Integration Mentors, which is where we train actually physicians, patients, administrators, and actually people who work in the alternative healing field, how to integrate and implement their services or even coach other people amongst their particular demographic. So check us out. Love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye.